welcome back to my channel. I am Gabrielle. If you're new here, welcome or welcome back. So as you can tell from the title of this video that this is going to be a get to know me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna share a lot, but I'm not gonna overshare. I did do like a poll on, I want to say, I think it was either Instagram or YouTube, where I was asking about, we're asking some things that you all wanted to know about me, and y'all wasn't real curious, I can tell you that. Maybe y'all just wasn't paying attention, but I didn't get a lot of questions. I did get quite a few questions on traveling. So I'll definitely touch on how me and my husband plan these little like getaways and, little things like that that we've been doing throughout the year. I got some little notes here. I've used handy dandy Chat GPT to help me with some questions, because I didn't want to just like free fall, because I didn't want this to be a real long drawn out vlog. So at the end of this vlog, I will share with you all. Now, you know that I'm not a makeup girly. I've been trying to dibble and dab with little things when it comes to makeup, but truthfully and honestly, I'm just not a makeup girl. Now, I love really pigmented lipsticks, and I will wear some mascara. But as far as like foundations and powders, things like that, I just don't wear. I just am just focusing on having the best looking, vibrant, healthiest skin I could possibly have in my middle age. So that is, what's going on with the face. So at the end of this video, I will share with you all my lip color as well as the mascara that I use, because that's all I have on. But anyway, let's jump into this video. The first thing is, of course, my channel is called Getting It With Gabi, because that's just exactly what we're doing. We just getting it with y'all, just getting it with you. We just out and about. We just living our life. We traveling. We enjoying the next chapter in the next phase of our lives, meaning having adult children and just focusing more on myself without any type of regret or any type of doubt, to be honest. Like just focusing on me and my marriage, and just just living my life in this season that I'm in. A lot of you are probably in the same boat as me, or maybe past me, so you know what I mean. Just really just getting back to me. I never have been one that really lost sight of myself. I've always taken time for myself. The way I am, the way I show up on this camera, y'all, is the way I always been, with the exception of at one point, of course, I think we all went through like those wild and young years, but luckily for us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, our stuff is nowhere to be documented. We was able to do that freely without nobody really knowing what we had going on, right? But I am exactly who y'all probably think I am watching my vlogs. I'm just this laid back, cool, chill. I don't do the drama. I don't have a lot of friends. I do tend to be by myself a lot. Even when married, even when having children, I've always made time and do things by myself. I think, number one, I am a Virgo. I don't know if that really plays a huge part. I think everybody at one point comes across this where I'm always by myself type of thing. Or some people you have that never did anything by themselves. So I can't say that. But I will say that I am an only child by my mom. So in my household growing up, until my mom got married, which was a long, down the line, it was just me and my mom in the house. So as I grew, growing up as a kid, I did a lot of things by myself, and by nature, it just comes to me naturally to always want to do things by myself. Love spending time with my husband. That's probably my favorite most person too. He is. I'm not gonna say probably. He is. Where I can just, that's my best friend as well as my husband. And speaking on that, we've been married for November. It will be 14 years. We got married on November the 8th, 2011. We met March of 2005. So technically in March, it'll be 21 years that because March will be 20. Yeah, it'll be 21 years that we've been together, but 14 years by the time 14 years married. And we met randomly at a mall, y'all, like just on a humbug. I moved to Georgia from Detroit I moved here in March of I told y'all the wrong date. So I moved here in March of 2005. I met my husband in June of 2005. I think I said that wrong before. But I met my husband June of 2005. So I had just freshly moved here from Detroit, came down here and went to the mall with my friend, randomly met this guy, and we've pretty much been together ever since. We both were in our early 20s. We didn't have anything. We grew together. What we have, honestly, we grew together because we didn't have anything. We were struggling. We didn't went through it all. So that is my best friend. That's the person I trust the most. And I'm very much so happily married. I have 2 daughters. One of my daughters just graduated college in December. She is 24. I have an 18-year-old who just graduated high school this past May of 2025. So that's why I'm saying I'm into this next chapter of, meaning me and my husband, but I can only speak for myself because this is a get to know me, right? I'm always saying we, but that's why I reference to being in the next season of my life. I'll be 45 years old in less than a week. Less than a week. But no, I'm prepared for it, y'all. I am very much so excited about turning 45. I don't know what it is. I feel different. I look different. I was just looking back at some old pictures of myself. Even when times I've cut my hair now, if you've been here for a while, you would know that I just cut my hair January of this year. But I have cut and grown my hair so many times throughout the years. It's crazy. But I will say this is the first time that I do not want to grow my hair back. Like, I'm short hair for life. I honestly like this particular length, this cut, this style is my absolute favorite. I've had it. I love like the choppiness in the front. I love the fullness. So short hair is what you will see from this point on. Enough rambling. Let's go ahead with the questions that I came up with. Well, let's first touch on the questions that you all asked, which was about traveling. So honestly, there is no rhyme or reason or special things that I do for traveling. I'm going on Expedia. A lot of flights that we take, we do directly through Delta. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have a Delta Sky Miles number, you don't necessarily have to have a Delta Sky Miles card, which me and my husband do through American Express, but you don't have to have one. You can just have a Delta Sky Miles card, use the Delta app, and book your trips through there, and make sure you log your Delta ID number so you can get those miles, because miles turn into cash, okay? Miles turn into free trips. So a lot of times we use our Sky Miles. We use American Express a lot. If you are an avid traveler, I would highly recommend getting a American Express card. If you can go to gold or platinum, whichever your credit allows, and you also have to be able to afford it because there are annual fees associated. And I think the platinum is $650 and the gold is $250. Yes. And that is a great travel card. You get so many perks at different hotels. Like, you can get early check-in, late check-outs. You can get, like I said, your miles. It's just so many different rewards with American Express. I would highly suggest that card. If you're going to get any credit card on this earth, make sure it's an American Express, either gold or platinum card. You can't go wrong. So that's one of the tidbits or little tips about us as far as traveling. Second of all, we had made a commitment at the beginning of this year, or vow, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but we pinky sweared that we were going to take a trip every year in 2025. And I think we've pretty much succeeded. I mean, there's a couple of months left, but how we planned it was that we would fly somewhere 1 month, drive somewhere the next month, fly somewhere, drive somewhere. And that's what we did. And we said that it didn't have to necessarily be, a big extravagant trip. It didn't have to be, going to another country, which honestly, I don't think we've been to another country this year, but I've had more fun and experiences going to these just different states than I have with going to different islands that we've been to in the past. So I personally just feel like there's a lot of things to do within our own country as far as state-wise, to experience different states, the culture of different states. That's how we choose our next trip. It's really based on what it is that we want to do. So if we want to go to the beach, we go to the beach because we know, okay, this is a trip we want to relax. We want to just chill. If we go somewhere like we went to Boston, we knew it wasn't going to be much sleep involved. When we go to New York, we know it's not going to be much sleep involved. Same for Vegas. When we went to Houston, I think Houston was more or less like both. So we had fun and we chilled. So that's kind of how we plan from one trip to the next. It's like, okay, what do we want to do? How do we want this trip to affect us? Do we want to have fun and come back tired, or do we want to go and relax and come back rejuvenated? So that's kind of our thought process behind it. If you can only travel once a month, I would say at the beginning of the year, invest your money and put your money aside for a little trip. And you do not have to fly first class. You do not have to stay in the best hotels. If you could get on a Spirit flight for $146, it's going to go the same place that a Delta plane would go, or, Emirates. Well, I'm not going to say Emirates because Emirates is top of the line. But I'm just saying, a plane is going to get you there safely, irregardless of the name that's on the outside. So live your life. Don't let people on the outside, and I don't consider myself to be an influencer, so I don't want to say us influencers, but I guess us people that are here on the internet that are showing our lives. One thing about it is that my life is only 2 years or 2.5 or so years on YouTube. It's so much life that I've had even prior to picking up this camera, and that's kind of another thing that we're going to touch on, being an introvert or whether I'm an extrovert. I'm pretty much both. I consider myself to be both. I'm not as much of an extrovert, but I am a person I'm social, but I'm quiet, if that makes sense. Like I told you before, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't associate with a lot of people, if that makes sense. I have my cousins and things like that I associate with. But other than that, I don't have although I said I don't have a lot of friends, I don't even have a lot of associates, people that I'm just with all the time or talk to on the phone all the time. It's not that I don't have the people, but number one, I do feel like we just have life going on. We're all adults. We all have responsibilities, and we can't be with each other all the time. So me being outside as an extrovert is very little. That's why I say I am an extrovert, because I do like to be out, but I'm an introvert in a way that I like to be with my husband a lot. People think that might be do you ever get sick of him? No. So in that regard, I guess that's the introvert in me that want to be with just that person, if that makes sense. So that kind of explains am I an extrovert or an introvert? I'm both. What is my comfort food? So, and these are questions, y'all, that y'all may not even really care about, but it's getting to know me. So my comfort food is Mexican food. That's my favorite food. That's where if I'm feeling away, I want Mexican. I want old school Mexican. I don't want the fancy tacos, you know, with the pickled this and this. No, I want an old school taco with just meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, maybe a jalapeno. I want my nachos to just be chicken and cheese with sour cream and jalapenos. Like that's my comfort food. That's what, if I'm feeling away, I want that. I'm not a sweets person. I really don't eat like cookies and cakes. Now, I do have my moments where, yeah, like now, it's that time of the month for me, and it's probably TMI for y'all, but I want a blizzard or a banana split so bad, but I'm just trying to tell myself no. I may crave in and go ahead and get like a little mini blizzard, but I want some Dairy Queen so bad. Let me just put it like that. So that is my comfort food, Mexican. Am I an early bird? I am in fact an early bird. I go to sleep early and I wake up early. I like to be dressed ideally at like 8 something in the morning. Well, Monday through Friday, I do. The weekends, I'm usually dressed before like 10 o'clock. I do give myself a little grace on the weekend, just depending on what I have going on. But I like to get up and get my clothes on because I just like to be able to go when I feel like I'm ready to go. That's the reason why I told y'all in many vlogs and have shared this before, that some days I'll get up and I won't necessarily put on like a nice outfit or really put myself together. I have a stash of clothes where they look decent, but they're just not pajamas. They're not just something that I'm ironing and I'm putting on. Those are just my clothes. I'm not ironing them. I don't care. They might have a bleach stain on them, maybe, you know, something like that. But it's decent enough for me to if I need to go outside and do what I need to do. So I am in fact an early bird. I love to watch the sunrise. That is like, to watch the sunrise is one of my favorite things. I would just lay in my bed and crack my window or my blind, and just enough so my husband can't get mad at me, but I would watch the sunrise. I love watching the sunrise. So I'm indeed an early bird. Up early, sleep early. Okay. Why I decided to start a YouTube channel over the age of 40. I didn't even think about the age when I decided to start YouTube. And let me tell you why. Because honestly, I wanted to start YouTube probably 8 to 10 years, like a long time ago, when it first kind of started being, well, even before it really like was a thing. I started watching people on YouTube and I started thinking like, oh, I can do that, you know, but then that shyness, that introvert in me was like, no, you know, the don't want nobody in your business type of thing. And I couldn't figure out the strategy of how I can make that happen at the time. And then I also had like these self-reservations, these self-doubts that kept clouding my mind, that kept telling me, oh, well, you gotta look like this, or you gotta be doing makeup, or you have to, you know, and honestly, I just tricked myself out of my own spot. It's basically what I did, because I could have been doing this a long time ago, but I had these, like I said, self-reservation. Oh, my teeth don't look like this. Oh, you know, I don't wear makeup. I don't do this. Until the point where I honestly started watching a specific YouTuber. And she don't even know. It's a few of them, but this particular YouTuber is my absolute favorite person to watch. Been loving watching her since the beginning. And I don't comment, and I'm so sorry. But I love Javon. Like, I don't know if y'all watch Javlogs, but she is my favorite YouTuber. And I'm telling you this now because it's funny how things turn around, where you watch your favorite YouTuber, and not too long ago, twice she commented on my blog, and I was excited like it was like it was Janet Jackson or somebody. Like, I was too excited, because funny how you can watch somebody and you admire somebody, and then they watch you and then tell you that, you know, you're putting out a good product and your content is good. And, you know, not that really, really touched me, because I'm like, I don't comment. I watch every single vlog, but I'm bad at commenting, y'all. I'm so bad, because a lot of times I watch it on my TV. I'm not really one to watch YouTube on my phone or my iPad unless I'm out of town and I don't really have a choice. But as far as me being home, I only watch it on my TV. But I like realness in people. Like, I like to watch people elevate and not change, if that makes sense. And then when they do change, they change for all the right reasons, and for all the right things. And I love that. Like, I love people who are just authentically themselves, and you can tell that. That's why I say, like, it's so much of my life that happened before YouTube that I didn't want it to. And that was another thing by me being on YouTube just recently here. It's just like, I don't want people to think like I'm just doing this for YouTube. You know, like, I've been known for my nails, my hair. I grew up just in that era. Since I was 13 years old, I have been getting my nails done. Even when I couldn't get my nails done, I was doing them myself. I used to do my friends' nails back in the day when I was in like middle school. Like, nails has always been my thing. Fashion, clothes has always been my thing. Hair has always been my thing. Like, the way I am is the way I am, y'all. Like, and sometimes when I look at other people videos and I'm like, man, like, you know, this person got the same thing as me, but you know that the thing wasn't just made for you though, right? But you're just like, you don't want people to think like you are copying somebody or something like that, because me and my husband was just having this conversation about how comparison can be the thief of your joy, the thief of your level up. Like, it's nothing nobody on this earth can do that I don't think I can too. I don't care what it is, because God, I mean, even though we're all made individually, when you talk of the things that we can do, we all can have, you know, like, that's why I can't get jealous of what somebody is doing or what they have, because if I want it, I can get it too. So, yeah. All right, let's see. So we touched on my favorite food. I kind of touched on why I started YouTube, or I didn't say why. I didn't really have a rhyme or reason. I just wanted to document myself, honestly. The reason why, my main reason for starting a YouTube channel was, I honestly look at YouTube as like a digital scrapbook. So like I was saying before, it's so much of life and good trips and memories that have been made prior to me ever picking up a camera and doing YouTube. And I just have little snippets of here and there, whether that be on a picture, you know, the memory that's in my brain of that experience. And when I started to think like, wow, if I really got serious with YouTube, all of these trips that we're taking, all of these things that we're doing, the holidays, the home decor, like everything that I was doing, and I was, whatever that phase was in my life, I could have been picking up the camera and documenting that the whole time, and I hadn't. So that's how I look at YouTube, more or less. For me, is a digital scrapbook for my kids to look back on. Of course, myself, my husband, my grandkids, great-grandkids, like, you know, as long as this platform is around, this stuff is somewhere floating out there in the cloud, my family from generations to come will have an opportunity to see how I was, things that was going on in my life, experience that I had. So that's my reasoning behind YouTube. See, my dream vacation. So my dream vacation would be to Europe, Amalfi Coast, Italy, things like that, which is this close. So it may be coming for my anniversary. We just trying to see whether or not that's what we want to do, but it's definitely on the radar to be coming soon. So yes, that is my dream trip. Another dream vacation I have is to, my youngest daughter is like really on this big Japan thing. So of course, to fulfill some wishes, which my oldest daughter don't really like to fly. So I don't really know how she would feel. I would love for that to be something that we all experience as a family, of course, but she's not really like the one to really fly. So we'll see how that goes. But I would love to fulfill that dream and, dream vacation for my kids. What's my biggest fear? My biggest fear, which I don't want to say a lot, which, that has to do with my kids, but my personal biggest fear is heights. I am scared of heights. I do not like heights at all. And I don't do anything to put myself in a situation where heights got to be involved. Okay, that's like one thing. My stomach starts to feel funny. My legs start to feel funny if I'm on an elevator that goes too far up and it has glass windows where you can see going all the way up, or just being like when we go out of town and we are staying somewhere and the floor of our hotel room is high. I hate it because I don't want to look out the window. It just makes me just feel funny. Nothing has ever happened to me to give me the fear or, the fear of heights. Is just something that it's just something that naturally comes to me, and sometimes I try to get over it. I've been in, of course, situations where I have like, you know what, I'm gonna look over the edge, and my stomach get to feeling funny, and my legs start to feeling a little wobbly, and I'm like, So, no, fear of heights. See, something surprising about me. Let's see. Something surprising about me is that I'm actually funny, and I like to just sing jingles to everything. Like I would make up a jingle about a plant. Like I would make up a jingle about anything. Like I don't know where this stuff be coming from. It be sometime it'll rhyme. It has a rhythm to it. I don't know, and I've been like that since I was a kid. But I will say a lot of people probably think I'm serious because I always got like this serious face when I'm out and about. And that's the one thing I know that this to be true, because when people get to know me, they're like, you are silly. Like you are crazy, girl. You are funny. Like, and a lot of people don't know that about me because I only open up when I get that. It's a vibe. Like I have to get that vibe from you. I pick up on energy real quick, and if the vibe is not there, you don't get that. Like you won't get that. My family know how silly I am. My good friends know how silly I am. I am about my business. Now don't get me wrong, I am very much so about my business, always have been, but I'm silly, and I will make up a jingle, meaning like a song about anything, and it, like a commercial song, like I will make a, yes. So that's probably something that you all probably don't pick up a lot. I know I'm a little silly on here sometimes, depending on what I got going on that day, or just like, of course, my mood, especially with y'all. Like I'm getting more comfortable showing a little bit more of me, like my personality. This is my personality, but like the silly side, because I didn't want people to think I was like immature. Like some people may take that as immature, or but I'm silly, and I'm silly in a mature way, and unless you really know me, then it might be like, girl, please. What makes me tick is I'm saying that's a good question. I guess that's a good question to ask myself. What actually makes me tick is knowing that stuff don't always remain the same. I guess that makes me tick, because it doesn't matter what season you're in your life, whether that's good or bad. it don't always remain the same. You know, if you're in a good season, something can happen where it can turn into a bad season or vice versa. And it's like, just knowing that I serve a good God, I serve a faithful God, and knowing that he won't never forsake me is always what makes me tick. Knowing I got somebody behind me, looking over me, covering me and mine, my family, my friends, my neighbors, y'all, everybody. Like I got somebody that's taking care of that. So knowing that things don't always have to stay the same, won't always stay the same, and knowing that I have the Almighty God watching over me is what makes me tick. All right, y'all, so I didn't want to make this video too long, but as promised, let me show you the color lipstick that I have on, and then also the mascara. So I have on Muse by the Lip Bar. So it's by the Lip Bar, and it is in the color Muse. Put it up on a screen as well. It is a lip stain, just to keep in mind. It is a lip stain, and sorry for the lighting. I got a little light here, but the light is going the sun is going in and out. So sorry if it keeps like getting light, getting dark. I try to have a little something here to help us out. So yeah, this is a lip stain, and when I first got it, I didn't like it because number one, it wasn't the color that I was actually going for. But then when I put it on a couple of times, I absolutely loved it. And then one of you all, because I was like, oh, I'm taking this back, I can't wipe it off. I didn't like the fact that it did not come off because I had a bad experience some years ago where I put on a lip stain and it would not come off because nobody told me this trick. Use Vaseline. Thanks, girl. I don't remember who I gotta go back and hopefully find that comment. I don't even remember what video it was on, but she said, girl, if you don't get some Vaseline, and she said it like that too in the comments. She said, girl, if you don't get some Vaseline and wipe that off, and it clean wiped right off. So now I'm like, I think I want to go and invest in a pretty red through the lip bar with a stain, because I like the fact that it's matte, but I also like the fact that my lips don't feel dry. I heard so many good things about the lip bar. So yeah, that's a Detroit girly, so we have to support. I love the lip. I've fallen in love with the lip bar. Definitely the stain. And then as far as my mascara goes, I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex. Now this is the travel size, so it goes a long way for me. I don't use it every single day. I'm getting into the habit of using it. I actually bought some lashes because I wanted to kind of change up my routine. So yeah, but as promised, I told you all that I would tell you at the end of this video. And how I want to end this is, my birthday is next week. So with all of this, getting to know me, I just want to also let you all know that I'm getting to know me a little differently as well. So I'm going to be bringing you along a journey with me of just being the best version of myself, living my life to my fullest potential and purpose, enjoying my life in whatever capacity that is fit. I want to bring y'all along. I hope this video was helpful to kind of get to know me. If there are any other things, because I would gladly do this video again, part 2 or whatever the case may be, when I get more of you all's involvement so that I can have questions directly from you all. This was just me kind of just putting together something, with the exception of the questions for traveling. And if you want me to go into detail about that, also let me know. But it's not much more about the details as far as traveling. I don't do anything special. I don't have any type of special travel agents or anything. So it's not much more of that you would want to know or need to know, because it's nothing else. But yeah, but I enjoyed doing this video. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all enjoy the journey as we grow as we move into a new home, as we just, to just live our life, just living life. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Again, if you have any questions, please put them down below. I would love to do a part 2. And if you have not subscribed, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It'll be right there. I would love to have you join this new journey. It's not a new journey because it's really the same journey. It's just another season. It's just me still living my life and that looking different because my kids are adults, and yeah. So again, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good one. You hear? All right. Bye, y'all.